I watched the first episode of it earlier today, which is great. It was on Newmarket, New Hampshire, which is cool. And I'm really impressed by the production.
Me too.
The production's great.
Me too.
It's fantastic. It seems like a solid blend of what you see what the YouTubers are doing and the more modern media producers are putting out there, but still having that kind of homey feel where you're seeing New Hampshire. It's not just like, oh, quick B-roll, we're gonna move around super quick. Chronicle's been around forever. It's his own thing. It's like this is a lot more like you would see like a Peter McKinnon floating around, getting some footage and putting something together.
Yeah, Media Northeast is our videographer and also our editor. So that's a huge bonus, is having the person who's, our videographer also going back and editing it, because
that's so much better.
It really works. And Josh, who does it, has such great style when it comes to transitions. He's got a great eye. He picks great music. And a lot of people had the same response. They saw it and they were like, whoa, this is a very well done show. And so we're and you're right. It's not Chronicle. It's not trying to compete with Chronicle. It really is a very different show in that we're spending a little bit more time having these just experiences. Like sometimes I'm scripted, and then you'll see in some of the other shows coming up where I get a little bit more into my own self. I'm a complete goofball, and Josh leaves those in there because it adds the natural character. Yeah,
and it's. I feel like the whole straight through, even through the commercials and stuff, you guys did a great job with just having it go through. I mean, that's something we fight in every mass media, is you're selling commercials ultimately.
Yeah, so that is something that's very unique about this show, is our sponsors. We pride ourselves on integrating their either commercials or their involvement on the show in a very natural way. Some of those promotions or ads, you can't even really tell they're ads.
It feels like radio. It feels like what we've been doing for live reads and getting people on the air. Like I had the Department of Insurance doing it.
Yes, exactly. And we have a lot of so our sponsors, we have Visit New Hampshire signed on as our presenting sponsor, Hannaford, Berlin City, Kennebunk Savings. And like the CEO of Kennebunk Savings came surfing with me. He wants to go zip lining at Bretton Woods. And they really get to show their character, and not once do you hear them say, and come to our bank, or we have free checking. And we don't want that, because that's not what people are kind of signing on for.
And you're also hitting a bit of a different demographic, because you're on, it's a sports network.
Yeah.
So that it's not like you're hitting PBS where you're probably going to hit the 50 to 70 age range. You're going to be hitting the 25 to 55s.
Yeah, we are. We're hitting not only New Hampshire, but all over New England. And you're right, just people who, so Nesson's really trying to bring in more of this lifestyle content. So we come right after the Nesson sports news, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's great lead-in.
It's a really nice transition, and it's because it's visually nice, the show, I can see that people are sticking around and watching it. So it's interesting to see who is gonna watch it, and it's gonna run the age groups.
What's it been like being in front of the camera, being talent? What's that been like for you?
So it's funny. I have background in TV. I used to be a host on QVC, which is totally different than this. And I've done a lot of kind of impromptu Facebook Live stuff when I worked. I've been in PR and communications, so I'm not shy in front of the camera, but it's different.
Oh, yeah.
And Erin is amazing because she was an anchor before she was doing this. So it has to be, there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. And it is not just showing up on camera and winging it. It's really knowing my stuff before I go into a show, knowing really everything there is to know about that business or that adventure or that person, so I can have a natural conversation with them. So I can listen while they're talking and kind of engage without looking down on a piece of paper.
What's it been like getting the business owners to get on camera?
They're fantastic.
They love it?
Yeah. We've had some, a lot of people are really eager to get their name back out there, and we have a lot of fun with them. The ones that we've done so far, everybody has been, we've only had one that said, we don't do TV. Everybody else has just been super hospitable, really welcoming us, because we ask a lot of them. The restaurants, for instance, we ask them, they have to like fire up the foods kind of right before we get there. They have to make, they don't have to, but they make a lot of dishes so that we can film them and they can talk about them. And every single one of them has just been so wonderful to work with, and getting to know them has just been like fantastic.
Do they let you eat it? I've watched the first episode.
No, my crew doesn't let me eat it. They're like, we're taking it. And I'm like, I'm starving.
Can I eat, please? I've been talking all day.
It's funny. It's the food segments are the hardest ones for me.
Yeah.
I really struggle with them because there's this awkward moment where you're talking and you're like, but in normal world I'd be eating, and so I'm trying to figure it out. But yes, we eat it all.
I saw you reach for that plate in that first episode. I was like, oh no, she realized, oh, no, I'm not supposed to do that.
I know.